are finally telling you the true story of the radicals behind the Occupy movement.
Wow. Joining me now with an in-depth look at this documentary, the writer-director of Occupy UnMasked, Stephen K. Bannon, and the executive director, David Bossie, Citizens United case, well known.
Thank you.
First of all, Andrew Breitbart was involved in this project, just, you know.
Well, this film came to me late last year, and I thought that we needed to explain to the American people just who these folks were involved in all these Occupy movements. So I called the one guy that I knew this issue better than anybody, and that's Andrew Breitbart. And Andrew got so excited about this film and so excited about this project, and we shot with him for many months, and Steve did a great job working with Andrew on this film. And then, of course, we lost Andrew.
All right, so how, because people had, oh, there's a bunch of people, and it's a 99%, 1%, yes, we can. Or, all right, what did you find out about this movement?
The Tea Party has a huge victory in November 2010. In August 4th, we have the first time we have a national debate about raising the debt ceiling. Everything is talking about cutting the budget, about these out-of-control deficits. It's a narrative that President Obama cannot win on. Labor Day, you have Jimmy Hoffa saying, President Obama, this is your army. On September 17th, Occupy starts in Occpy Park. It didn't just appear. What this film shows, we show the infrastructure underneath the Occupy movement. The SEIU.
Who's funding it?
This is a combination of big liberal groups, and it's a combination of SEIU. It's a combination of these government unions. Soros-backed groups.
Soros-backed groups.
And you're going to see the whole thing in this film as we lay it out systematically, that this is, the kids you see on the surface are just useful idiots that are being used by a very dark movement.
It's kind of like the liberal media that pumps them up like Bill Maher.
All right, let's look at some of the people, and this is a segment that actually shows Andrew Breitbart, and just asking what they know about, well, life, capitalism. Watch this.
You're not a capitalist?
No, you have to help
what are you?
Stop.
What are you?
I'm a socialist.
You are?
Yes.
The fuel of the movement was the anxiety that has been built up in youth, in colleges, and K through 12s, feeding these kids that our system is inherently bad and that it needs to be overthrown. And where did you learn that philosophy?
Where did I learn it? I mean, I could name you 3 people who led me.
Okay.
You know? Professor in college, best friend in prison, and professor in graduate school.
Now, let's remind everybody, we had rape safety tents, we had sex in public, you know, urination, defecation, which I saw
on police cars.
On police cars. This was also endorsed by President Obama, by Nancy Pelosi.
Harry Reid, the entire liberal establishment endorsed this action because they felt they needed to have their grassroots ginned up.
Drugs, violence, a lot of violence. How much violence do you have in this movie?
But this movie is very violent. This movie will be R-rated just on violence alone.
Violence that actually happened with Occupy that really didn't get highlighted.
The mainstream media has not shown it, and they certainly haven't shown it in a condensed format. We showed 20 minutes of this at BlogCon, and people were shocked at the level of violence.
Well, and let me just say this. Sean, you guys promoted us being on the show this evening. We were getting threatening phone calls to our office today, death threats telling us not to make this movie.
Oh, really?
I mean, this.
Welcome to my world,
no, that's exactly. No, I mean, well, you know, I've had that before, and so it's not a new thing. But
Citizens United did that.
But here's the thing: they were incredibly successful in changing the narrative. This combination of the mainstream media, the progressive institutional left, and this movement changed the narrative away from debt and deficits and what the Tea Party had won on to the narrative of...
And it's well-funded. You have a group of people. This is a strategy. Let's go to part of some more of this, another piece about this where they talk about drugs, assassination. Watch this.
Come on, we're changing the country. How you doing, Occupy?
They are discussing intense at night with drugs and weapons, that they are holding violence till it is going to work at its maximum capacity. I was there with them getting fed poached salmon after I was in a tent with some anarchists doing shrooms, discussing whether or not they were going to assassinate people and when that might happen.
Where was the media telling this true story?
Well, and to be candid, not only where was the media, where the police? The mayors of these big cities that allowed this to happen, that let the taxpayers bear the brunt of this, that had parks that were decimated and destroyed, that had children have to walk in front of these parks, to have the police officers be berated by.
But we're running out of time. All right, so when it comes out, you're going to come back and we'll show even more, right?
Love to.
All right, awesome. Look forward.